He was the picture of American strength, the unshakable voice that guided a nation through depression and war. But on a hot August night in 1921, that man vanished. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, athletic, charming, born into a dynasty, went to bed with a fever. By morning, he couldn't stand. A virus had attacked his spinal cord. Polio. At 39 years old, his political career was declared dead. The world saw a cripple in a wheelchair. But one person saw something else entirely. She saw her masterpiece, the project she had begun the day he was born, being challenged, and she would not allow it. This is not the story of how Franklin Roosevelt became president. This is the story of the woman who decided he would be president before he could walk, and who, when his body failed, refused to let her creation break. Her name was Sara Delano Roosevelt, and she didn't raise a son, she built a king. Springwood Estate, Hyde Park, New York, a kingdom of 1,000 acres. This was Sara's world. She was not just wealthy, she was Delano wealthy, a dynasty built on the China tea and opium trade. She inherited a fortune, a glacial poise, and a terrifying certainty. When her only child, Franklin, was born, her diary entry read, "At 9 a.m., my Sally baby was born." Not a baby, my Sally baby. Her property, her project. She controlled everything. He wore dresses until he was 5. His golden curls were kept long. Playmates were chosen. Tutors reported directly to her. Every thought, every hobby, every friendship was curated. She wrote him daily at boarding school, instructing him on his posture, his friends, his opinions. The message was embedded in his bones. You are not like other people. You are a Delano. You are destined to lead. While other boys learned independence, Franklin learned entitlement, not of laziness, but of divine right. At Harvard, he didn't strive for the elite clubs, he expected to lead them, and he did. Then came Eleanor, his shy, orphaned cousin, a connection of genuine affection. Sara saw a problem. Eleanor was not from the right kind of wealth. She was awkward, serious. So Sara engineered the solution. She bought them a wedding present, a double townhouse in New York, connected by sliding doors on every floor. She would live in one half, the newlyweds in the other. She decorated their side, hired their staff. On Franklin and Eleanor's wedding day, Sara pulled her son aside. The message was clear. This is an alliance. I am still the architect here. By the time Franklin entered politics, the blueprint was complete. He was a dazzling, confident, empty vessel, perfect for projecting whatever voters wanted to see. He sailed into the New York State Senate, then became Assistant Secretary of the Navy. He was a comet on a predetermined path. And then, the sky fell in. Camp Bolo Island. The fever, the chills, the collapse. The diagnosis, infantile paralysis. The prognosis, a lifetime as an invalid. Franklin fell into a profound despair. The man who had never faced a true no in his life was confronted with a body that screamed it. He wrote bleak letters, contemplating a life of quiet obscurity. Sara arrived. She took one look at her broken golden boy and issued a new decree. This is not your reality. While Eleanor, who had found her own strength in his weakness, pushed him toward empathy in politics, Sara deployed a different weapon: total, absolute denial. She didn't coddle him. She financed his quixotic quest for a cure. When he pinned his hopes on the warm springs of Georgia, she bought the resort. She turned it into a rehabilitation center. Not just for him, but to give his struggle a purpose he could chair. Her mantra was simple: you are Franklin Roosevelt. You will walk. You will lead. It was a lie. He would never walk again without heavy steel braces and a crushing arm, but the lie became his armor. He learned to walk for photographers, a grueling, painful shuffle, his son's arm a vice grip to hold him upright, his face a mask of beaming confidence. He banned pictures of his wheelchair. The press, somehow, complied. The lessons Sara had taught him from the crib, image is everything, perception is reality, became his greatest political weapon. He didn't hide his polio, he performed his victory over it. The cigarette holder tilted at a jaunty angle, the booming laugh, the upturned chin, all were acts in a play she had directed.
When he won the governorship of New York, then the presidency in 1932, it was her ultimate vindication. She moved into the White House. She critiqued his cabinet choices, his New Deal programs. At 80 years old, she was still in the control room. So what did this forging create? It created a leader of unshakable, almost delusional optimism, a man who could tell a nation the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, precisely because his deepest, most private fear had been systematically denied by the first and most powerful voice in his life. It created a president who could connect with the common man's pain, not from shared experience, but from a sovereign sense of duty, the exact paternalism Sara had modeled. But the cost was etched in private stone. His relationship with Eleanor became a brilliant, lonely political partnership. His children rebelled against the pressure of the dynasty. His own inner life was a vault sealed by the need to never show the weakness his mother had taught him to erase. In 1941, as he led a nation into a world war, Sara Delano Roosevelt died. He was now truly alone at the helm. The resilience she had forged in him would be tested on the largest possible stage, and it would hold. He died in 1945 at his second retreat in Warm Springs, Georgia, the place she had bought for his salvation. The project was complete. We remember FDR as a colossus, a self-made man of destiny, but history is rarely so simple. Behind the unshakable confidence was a mother who never allowed a moment of self-doubt. Behind the famous smile was a man trained from infancy to perform invincibility. Behind the leader who rallied a terrified nation was the boy who had to convince his own body it was not broken. Sara Roosevelt's legacy is the ultimate, uncomfortable question about power. How much of the will that shapes history is born, and how much of it is built, brick by brick, decree by decree, in the quiet rooms of childhood? She proves that the most powerful force in the world isn't an idea, or an army, or a fortune. It is a mother's story for her child, relentlessly told until the child has no choice but to live it.